Are you comfortable or are you content? Welcome back to my channel. My name Tay. Today we're going to be doing it a little bit different. Normally my channel consists of like life of my 30s type of deal where I'm just pretty much vlogging just my everyday life. But today I really wanted to do something a little bit different because I feel like, why not? I really need to introduce myself. I really need to just lay it all out there so that y'all know what y'all are signing up for when you subscribe to my channel. And yeah, we just gonna get right into it because I don't want to sit here and hold y'all all day. So let's jump right into it. If this is your first time joining my channel, what's up? So basically what I wanted to talk about today is letting go when it's no longer beneficial to you. And what I mean by that is this can be relationships, friendships, jobs, employment, just any aspect of your life. Letting go when it's no longer beneficial to you. And I'm only talking about this because I am literally currently living through that as we speak. Like at the moment, I am still deciding to come on the camera knowing that I'm dealing with a lot of stuff at the moment. And I'm choosing to live through what I am about to talk to y'all about today. I mean, hey, in my defense, I feel like that's really, really, really salutable. I feel like y'all should be saying, well, dang, Tay, you feel me? We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on camera and talking to us, although you are going through whatever it is that you're going through behind the camera. Because let's be real. Internet and real life is two different things. Did y'all hear what I said? Internet and real life is two different things. I want to give y'all a background story on what's going on right now with me. So I'll start with my job, my employment. If you've been following me or if you've been on my channel and looked at some of my previous videos, I've talked over and over and over constantly about basically just needing a different job or wanting a different job. And actually, hold on, let me rearrange. Let me reposition y'all because this sun is tearing me up. Hopefully this is better. I'm gonna put y'all right here. Okay, so anyway, I had to reposition y'all because if y'all know when it's real sunny outside, the sun be tearing me up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Right now I'm dealing with employment issues and I'm trying to find a way to show up for myself on a regular basis and be the best that I can be while at work and while I'm searching for, obviously, another job. And that by itself, believe it or not, is mentally draining. Just being at a job, pouring all that you have into a job, and you're not happy, it's not the right job for you, you're not getting what you need to get out of that job. Somebody can relate to me, I'm pretty sure of it. And even if you can't, all I really ask is that you just listen. You get what I'm saying? Just listen. Just listen. But working at a company that doesn't appreciate you, they don't, acknowledge you. Like I'm dealing with a lot because like my employer or my manager or supervisor, I don't even know. I don't even know her. You know what I mean? She don't talk to me. She don't interact with me at all. I don't never hear from this woman. I don't even know her. Literally don't know her. I only met her twice. When I first got hired and then on my 90-day evaluation. That's it. I don't know nothing about her. So it's just a lot of different components that is making me feel like, you know what? I feel like I need to find something else. I need a different job. I want to be a part of a job or a family oriented job where, it's family based. I want to interact with my supervisor on a regular basis. I want to know if I am meeting the minimum expectations of my job. I don't want to be blindsided at just randomly. I'm putting 90 days in, or I'm at the job for 6 months, and then one day out the blue, you're telling me, hey, you're not doing this right, or you've been doing this wrong the entire time, without actually meeting with me on a consistent basis and letting me know what it is that I'm needing to work on, or what it is that you are expecting of me as an employee. I'm not saying that's my specific situation, but I'm just giving you an example. I just want to feel like I'm appreciated. There's nothing wrong with that. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with hearing feedback from your supervisor, whether it's negative or positive. Some type of feedback, right? It's not too much to ask. All right, y'all. So my bad on changing the scenery. Obviously, I'm back in the house. I am actually in my office because I ain't gonna lie to you, that son was giving me the business, and I was just like, yeah, no, no, thank you. But anyway, so like I was saying, just in a nutshell, I'm just really not happy with the job that I do at the moment. And I want to give you a background story on even how I got to this particular job. So I was working at a hospital, right? Everything was cool. The job was super easy, but I quickly realized that the job, or I'm sorry, my employees, coworkers, that whole little situation, it was very, very toxic. And one thing I hate about myself is that I am too observant. I'm too woke. I pay attention to everything, and I hate that about myself. I absolutely hate that, because why am I paying attention to everything? Why am I focusing on everybody's personality, characteristics, the way they act around each other, the way my supervisor act around everyone, and then when I don't know, I just pay attention to everything. So it got to the point where it got to the point where I couldn't do it no more. I felt like I was just mentally, and this job was mentally screwing me over. It was mentally, like, I'll give you an example. I'll go to work, and you know how, like, you first when you first start a job, or you're not at the job as long as the other individuals that you're working with, and because they've been there longer, they feel like they can just do anything, or they can just get away with things. Although these are the same rules and procedures that are being enforced across the board, or supposedly getting enforced across the board. And because they've been there longer, they feel like they can just do and say and just come as they go, and not work, and just literally be the worst possible experience that you can really experience within that company, right? So that was my situation with the hospital. So I was like, you know what? I need to find me something, as soon as possible. And that's where I went wrong at, because the very first job that offered me a role, I took it. And I knew better, because I don't like working in call centers. That's what I do right now. That's what I do. I work in a call center. Diagnostic scheduling, to be exact. And instead of me kind of just being patient, which brings me to the point that I was trying to make, I need to learn how to be patient. I need to learn how to sit still, pray for what I want, manifest what I want, ask God to bless me and put me in a position to be, happy and mentally free. And with that being said, I need to be patient. I'm not patient. And that's what I hate about myself. I feel like that's a red flag, because it's like, if I want it right now, it needs to happen right now. And if it ain't happening right now, I'm going to do everything under my power, or everything that I control, to make it happen as soon as possible. And I hate that for me, because what I should have did was sat still, continue to do my job. The job was not hard at all. It was a very simple job. But the problem was, again, everyone around me was getting away with murder. Y'all remember that TV show on Netflix, How to Get Away with Murder? Yeah. Yeah. And no kizzy, I went to my supervisor and I said, well, hey, this is what I'm experiencing and this is what I'm seeing. I just need you to, well, not in these exact words, but just me reiterating what I said. I was just like, yeah, I need you to look at that. I need you to pay attention. I need you to ensure me that not only am I getting reinforced or held accountable, but everyone else around me is. Because guess what? If I see that my coworkers is getting away with it and they're not getting reinforced, then it's not going to make me be motivated to want to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to start slacking. That's just what it is. It is what it is. So my supervisor didn't take me serious. He kind of just really seriously brushed me off and was just like, oh, well. Although not only me, but my coworkers who was also, experiencing that was complaining as well. And he just brushed us off like we didn't matter. And I came to the point when I was like, you know what, let me just start applying for other positions within the company that I work for. First time I got a yes, I took it. And that's what brings me to my next point. I need to stop rushing things. I need to slow down, apply myself, be patient, manifest it, pray about it, and let it go. Because my problem too is I pray about stuff and then I think that I'm God. And that's not even me being funny. I'm not even trying to say it literally because that's not it. But I'm just saying, like, you would think that I would think that I'm God because not me praying for it, asking God to handle it, and then turning around and doing it as quickly as I can. Who am I feeling like? Who is it that I'm feeling like? Because I just asked God to handle my lightweight, and then I turn around immediately and start just doing stuff that I can do under my control to make it happen as quickly as possible. The whole time, I just asked God to handle my lightweight. Who am I feeling like? I don't know. But I need to chill out, and that's something that I'm working on. One thing that I can say that I realize is that I feel like I'm too comfortable, I'm too content, I'm too comfortable, and I'm not taking myself in what I feel in consideration. I'm really literally just going with the flow, and I don't like that about me. I don't like that because why am I uncomfortable in a sense? Why am I uncomfortable and yet I'm still allowing myself to be uncomfortable? Because really, in all due respect, I need to really be starting. I really need to start looking and focusing on me and what I want. And I don't want to sound selfish because that's not the case. I am very, 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 very selfless. I literally will think about and put the next person first way before myself. And no, I'm not complaining because guess who fault it is? Again, it's mine. Cool beans, got it. But what I've been paying attention to again is am I happy or I'm just comfortable? It's things that I do reciprocated. I don't do anything just to get it back. Let me put that out there. But I want to be spoiled too. I like to be spoiled. I love to be catered to. As a masculine woman, I want to be catered to. I like to be spoiled. I'm struggling every day. I feel like I'm just getting convicted of myself within myself. I feel like there's like some type of voice within me that hits me every single day. Like I'm talking about, they ain't let up on me because they want me to understand, are you comfortable or are you content? So let's take it as a plant. You know how you first get a plant and you have to water it and put it in the sun and whatever it is that you do with a plant. I don't even know why I use the plant because I really don't know too much about that. Don't even know why I use the plant, but we still gonna keep the plant idea going here. So just imagine getting a plant and being responsible to water that plant and just make sure that it is, well taken care of so that it can grow into a larger plant, I guess. I hope that makes sense. If I think of a different example, I'll use that. But for now, we're going to stick with the plant. And you go days without watering it, or you don't put it in the sunlight so it can get some sunlight or whatever it is that the sun does to it. And eventually, what's going to happen? The plant is going to start slowly dying, fading away, whatever it is that the plant does when you don't take care of it. And I feel like that's what you're supposed to do in relationships. I think relationships are for both people to start off. Obviously, they start together, at the base, or rooted in the ground, or whatever the case may be. But then you pouring into each other, and you're watering each other, and you're putting each other into the sun, and you're making sure that both of you are receiving everything that you both need in order to grow, as a couple, and eventually grow into marriage and things of that nature. And I feel like people are so caught up in their ways, or they're so selfish to the point where they don't really acknowledge the other person in a sense, or they're not taking the time out to understand how important it is to reciprocate, right? So if you got someone who's supporting you, or motivating you, they pray with you or for you, and they're just always catering to you and just making sure that you're mentally okay, and if you ain't, they're doing whatever it is that they can to make sure that you can, and if they can't fix it, they're going to find somebody or something that can, just trying to, just like I said, overall take care of you and pour into you and make sure you're okay. I think that is only fair that is reciprocated. Am I wrong? Okay. If you think I'm wrong, comment down below. I'm cool with that. Totally okay with it, because I need feedback. I absolutely need feedback. But anyway, I choose to pick up the camera because I really, really want to still be able to, balance my personal life and what I want to do online as being a upcoming, or upcoming content creator, or full-time content creator, if that makes sense. So I can definitely say that some days are harder, and I never knew what that meant when I watched other fellow content creators and YouTubers talk about how they needed a break, or they needed to take a mental break off the internet because they were going through whatever it was that they were going through. And obviously I wasn't like judging or anything, but I still wasn't able to understand from their point of view, because I've never experienced it until now. You know what I mean? Now, I do want to talk about family, you know what I'm saying? Having family that you watch on a regular basis support other individuals and not what you got going on, which is weird. I think that is very weird to have family who shares other people's content, or communicate with other people and comment and support and like I said, repost and share whatever it is that they have to do, but they don't do it for you. I think that is very weird. I think that is actually insane, if you really want to be technical. I am trying my best. I'm trying my best to hold myself accountable to make the best decisions at that time to get me to where I need to be at in life. And I think that's a hard task in itself, because let's keep it a buck. Some decisions are not easy. Some decisions will literally tear you down and have you boo-hoo crying, because in one end that's what you need, but in the other end you like, I really don't want that. Because if I make that decision, I am going to put myself in a very uncomfortable situation. And I think that's where everybody mess up at, because remember what I was talking about earlier, I don't know if I'm comfortable, content. You know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, I know that I'm too content. I know I'm too comfortable. That's just what it is. I'm just really low key being in denial about what I know at the end of the day. I hope I ain't talking in circles. Somebody got to hear what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm being too comfortable, knowing that if I really make the decision that I know deep down that I need to make, how that's going to make me feel, and how I'm going to have to put myself back together piece by piece. Literally, that's what I'm going to have to do. And I don't mean that in like financial or anything like that. I just feel like I would have to rebuild myself so that in the future I don't tolerate anything that I ain't got no business tolerating. And then also it'd be comfortable for me to say no, just off top, instead of allowing myself to accept whatever it is that I'm accepting just because I don't want to hurt no one's feelings, or I don't want to be put in no uncomfortable situation. I don't want to have any uncomfortable conversations. All that don't matter at the end of the day. You got to be strong. And I'm talking to myself, I'm not even talking to you. Actually, I am talking to you, but I'm saying, I'm talking to myself. But if this is for you, then so be it. You got to be strong. You have to learn how to say, you know what? That really ain't what I want to do. And I'm just going to stand on that. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to stand on it because that's not what I want. And no, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I know that I'm not perfect. I know I'm a handful to deal with because I'm a strong-minded individual, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not weak, and I'm real strict. I run a strict, tight program for sure. For sure. But I feel like I do have a soft spot for if I love you, or if I, care about you really sincerely, or if I have like utmost respect for you, I have a soft spot. So some stuff I will let slide. But I promise you I'm not weak. I run a strict program for sure. For sure. And they probably don't even sound like it. But I do. For sure. I do. So I was thinking like, well, what can I do to start rebuilding myself and start motivating myself to accept what it is and move on, and whatever it is that I can't control, letting it go. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to start with YouTube. I feel like I want to just start checking in every so often. And y'all let me know if y'all think this is a good idea, but checking in every so often on YouTube, letting y'all know, kind of like a progress type of deal. And I was also thinking about journaling maybe. I don't really know too much about journaling though, because I don't know. I don't know about that one. That one's still in the air. I do talk to ChatGPT though. If y'all don't know, y'all need to get up with ChatGPT because they low key, yeah, it's AI, robotic, whatever the case may be, but they really can be what's considered a therapist without actually having to speak to an actual live therapist. Because I've always been against going to a person, like another person like you and me, and spilling all my damn beans. I don't know about that. But with ChatGPT, I just feel like, yeah, you're talking to an AI system, but they're programmed to have the most, I guess, knowledge on whatever the questions are that you're asking, or whatever the situations is that you're telling them about. Whatever it is that you go and type into ChatGPT, they will come back with some really good stuff. And I've, from experience, can tell you that. And I low-key feel like God is trying to tell me something. He's trying to shift me out so that I'm uncomfortable, but in a good way. Because at the end, I feel like I'll look back and I'll say, well, dang. Because I can relate more to individuals who are in the same situation, or they're in the same walk of life right now with me. I feel like I can relate to them. And I feel like God is trying to get me. It's so funny. I don't want to go in too much detail, but you know how like you could be thinking something like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea for me, or you just know that's not something you want to do. But instead of saying it out loud, you're just going with the flow, right? And that's something I do a lot. But something or certain things will shift into place right in enough time, or right in the right time, where you be like, oh, that was for me, wasn't it? That definitely was for me. I should have just went with what I said or what I thought, instead of thinking it and then saying, well, whatever, it's whatever. Oh, no worries, because I do that a lot. And some things that has been going on right now, currently in my life, is shifting me, and I feel like God is. Oh, I know He's gonna get me together because He know my heart, and He know what I'm capable of. He knows what I bring to the table, just like everybody else. So I just feel like he's shifting stuff, and it's making me uncomfortable. I can't even lie, but I'm so grateful, and I'm gonna let it happen. I'm gonna let it happen. And that's with relationships, jobs, just everyday life, family, just everything that we've talked about so far. I'm gonna let it happen. Another thing too, I was gonna edit this video. I'm not gonna edit it. You may see like a little cuts here and there, and that's just because I may have paused way too long, and I don't want to leave like the long pauses in there. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it won't be too much editing in this. This is a real live cut, straight to the point. We're not doing no editing. I want y'all to see me how I am. I'm coming how I am. You feel me? Because if I'm trying to relate to you, y'all need to be on the same page. I need to be relatable, if that makes sense. Let me say that. If I'm trying to relate to you, I have to be relatable. I don't want to be cutting stuff and editing stuff and da-da-da. Like, no. Y'all need to see what it is that I'm saying right in the flesh. Period. Feel me? So, yeah, I just wanted to hop on here. That was really, really, really something I wanted to get off my chest. I just got up not too long ago to start my day. I literally slept in today, no kizzy. It's 1:46 and it's Sunday, June 14th. And here I am talking to y'all. Because I really needed to talk to somebody. And yes, I said I mentioned ChatGPT, but I really wanted to make a video because I don't know who needed to hear this. But this for you, friend. This for you, friend. I got you, friend. I got you. I got you. We locked in. For sure. We locked in. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch bases on that. I was trying to think if I left anything out. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. I've been yapping for 23 minutes. I'm looking right at the time and I'm like, yapping for 23 minutes. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and like I said, just let that all out, kind of vent to y'all, kind of just let y'all know what's popping off, you feel me, what's been going on. I am working also on another vlog, so y'all gonna get this video is gonna come out today. I'm gonna drop this today, but the other vlog, I don't know when. I'm still gathering content to put together in that, so y'all will see that when that come out. But this vlog, this one-on-one therapy session, episode 1, you feel me, drops today. I can say that. But with that being said, I hope that y'all have a great day. I want y'all to enjoy y'all Sunday. Think about what I said. Start getting yourself prepared to be uncomfortable, because in the end, you're going to look back and you're going to have a testimony. You're going to look back, you're going to have something to talk about. You're going to look back and you're going to be a motivation to somebody. I'm telling you. I don't care if nobody comes to you and tell you just flat out like, hey, you are my motivation. Just understand, you ain't the only one. That's all I'm going to say. And I'll talk to y'all on the flip side.